Seagull Joe looking for revenge right here as he was knocked out by Yao in an intense Game 5 situation where he actually just DI'd a forward air wrong and died a little bit earlier than he should have. So this is a spot where Joe is certainly going ahead and looking to apply what he learned in this matchup that is relatively rare in our region. Feels like we haven't had an Inkling this deep in bracket in like years. Like, I can't remember the last time we saw this character here in losers finals. Great solid punish right there with the forward smash, just taking max damage off of that rapid jab. One of the benefits of Palu is that you have those disjoints when you need them, so there can be spots where you can apply easy pressure with just that single button at max range. Down tilt finally claims the 2-frame, and that is something that Inkling is a little bit vulnerable to. The move, when it lands on stage, it has a solid disjoint, but there's really nothing above it. It's not particularly disjointed enough to beat out that Palu down tilt 2-frame in particular. You gotta go ahead and choose your angle perfectly. Speaking of down tilts at edge, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of that from Yao right here, using the splat bomb to choose the time that Joe has to get up in, and then you can go ahead and toss out a hitbox to cover your option. If I had a nickel for every time I saw a character parry a Palu Nair and still get punished, I'd be a rich, rich man. Double back air from Joe, and offstage with the auto reticle, I feel like that was meant to be an explosive flame. I've seen Joe like do the slide off explosive flame and then immediately get the Nair, but yeah, the reticle definitely not that. Yeah, you're dead here. Joe's match has been a little bit suspect this evening. I feel as though he definitely died a couple times a little bit earlier than he should have. He was getting like up smash with charge at 80 after being rollered. So we'll have to see if he cleans that one up in this set. Gets the back throw, and that will do it. And this is it. I think this is probably the biggest lead that Seagull Joe has had over Yao all night. Usually these two were going very close in that winner side set. Roll in, not working out for Joe that time. No tri-state special getting appropriately punished by Yao with that aggressive option. There's the berry, and look at the charge on that up smash. I do not believe that Joe should be stuck there that long. But perhaps I'm wrong, as it is happening to him relatively consistently. So now, Yao definitely has the opportunity to go ahead and climb his way back into this game, but Joe's not going to try to make that particularly easy for him. Immediate parry of the back air into the dash attack for Joe. Forward air to claim full stage control in Yao. What is the answer back here? We need to see something big here. Like, Inkling has a solid combo game at low percent and a really solid neutral game. I just want to see something special here. We got to see a long string here that takes Joe to the corner and does not let up. Gonna start with the grab, but just immediately go into the grab up air. I have seen Inklings actually go for the Booyah at mid-percent to try to steal it, to kind of like change the percent window. So that could be like Yao doing the biggest of all brain plays. Trying to sneak these back airs in here is Yao, trying to take the berry in as well. Joe not fighting for either one right here. This is the back air show, brought to you by Seagull, Joe, and Yao. Neither one of these characters wants to go ahead and be facing their opponent. We got the grab off of the roller. Beautiful counterplay from Joe. We didn't see that at all on the winner side of bracket. So Joe doing a little bit of learning right here, understanding perhaps what Yao's game plan is, and we'll have to see if that matchup knowledge is going to continue to play a part here in game 2. Diddy Kong. That is interesting. This isn't necessarily a bad match for Diddy Kong, but I mean, we just saw Seagull Joe with a pretty commanding game 1. And you don't usually see players immediately say, you know what we need here is a counter pick. Perhaps at the stage. Diddy Kong is, like, historically very good on this stage. So one thing that this character is going to be able to do in the matchup is that Diddy Kong can play significantly longer range than Palu. Like, Palu has to go ahead and tap your shield, and Inkling does have a okay out of shield game. Diddy Kong don't need to interact with him. Diddy Kong can go ahead and be at center stage, toss out a banana, and then dare you to come ahead and deal with it. In addition, Diddy definitely having one of the best out of shield games in the game, once he has banana in hand at least. So far, though, we have not seen the banana gameplay from Seagull make too much of a difference. He's had a lot of like forward throws. We haven't really seen any kind of like Z drops, aerials, or anything like that. Nor have we seen any like Z drops out of shield. It feels as though like this is an entire stock with Diddy Kong basically not having the banana. There we go, finally lands one, but actually gets the forward tilt instead of the down tilt. You hate to see that. You know that was a running down tilt that Joe was trying to pull out and just did not recenter his stick, perhaps. There's the berry, and that is a stock. Easy forward smash for Yao, and Joe not quite seeing the advantageous spot here, but the rapid jab, hard punish right there. Double trip. Now, there's something actually weird about banana in this game. The duration of your trip duration when you're getting hit by banana is dependent on how fast the banana was traveling. It's like a Z drop will trip you for less time than a throw. And when the banana is just on the ground, you're tripped for the least amount of time at all. Like, it is such a weird mechanic. Huge layer back there. Not quite going to actually get too much out of that ledge trap. That's another thing that this character is known for in Diddy Kong, is getting like ledge traps and then also 2 frames with the forward tilt. You could certainly get the 2 frame against Inkling in this matchup, but really, like, Joe hadn't really been going for it, nor has he been going for the ledge pressure too much. Perhaps we did just see a reason why Joe went to Diddy Kong, though, because the up smash out of shield, fastest in the game in frame 5. So perhaps that's what we're trying to do, just punish roller every single time with up smash. Do it again. Yep, up tilt that time, so actually caught Yao trying to jump over Diddy. Get up attack hard, punish for the up smash on Yao's side, so drawing even here at the last stock, and that Inkling height. This is definitely short character privilege right there, as Yao just ducked underneath the banana and proceeded to get 2 grabs out of it. I dig Seagull's use of Diddy's peanut pop gun. That is a move that's a lot of Diddy Kongs kind of like forget that they have, but it's a pretty solid projectile. It kind of functions almost similar to Doc's pill, where it has an awkward arcing angle, and you can combo off of it. Getting a little bit of a charge in that forward smash. That should not do it, though. It was already a very optimistic kill screen. Even with the charge, the character's at like 78%. Diddy Kong can't kill at that percent. Unless you're like freaking Jigglypuff, basically. Rapid jab there from Yao, forcing Seagull into the edge. Back there, right there, catching the jump. So this is an awkward spot. But the splat bomb did not connect with those barrels. Now, I want to see Seagull play grounded and then immediately go for an up smash out of shield right here. There we go. Yep. Catching Yao trying to jump over Diddy Kong. This is a character that can anti-air with a plum. That up smash is a solid tool both out of shield and just as an anti-air. Like, you just have to respect the airspace directly above Diddy. Yao learned that the hard way. So now, are we going to see the switch back to Palu? Yep. Basically, that was a final defense. That was, I don't want to play Palu without platforms, so we're busting out the monkey.
3, 2, 1, go!
So Actually, no, Town and City, an interesting pick right here. So this basically means that Booyah shouldn't really connect at all, but we haven't seen that play too much of a role here in this matchup, so perhaps Yao just gonna concede that point and instead try to kill off the side with back airs. The problem really with that is that, well, I feel like Yao's relied on the verticality, or vertical kill specifically, in this matchup significantly more than Joe has. A little bit of back and forth right here. Just we've seen this time and time again here from Yao, just trying to go ahead and establish the back air game plan. The problem is that Joe can go ahead and threaten himself with a fair or the back air of his own. And then whenever Joe does not have his back turn, it feels like he's been more reluctant to even threaten that. He just kind of just shields and tosses out anything at the end of it. Oh, that standing grab did not hit. That is one of those pre-nerf moments right there. Joe definitely plays Palu using a couple options that do not work anymore and that have been nerfed out of the character. And one of them is like that busted standing grab. I've seen like 2 or 3 times Joe just whip the standing grab when he should be going for a dash grab because he's just used to the longer range. That reflect was the worst trade of all time, and Joe still nearly didn't break out of the berry. That was crazy. Very nearly Yao was able to claim that one. Back throw, definitely not going to claim it here. And we're seeing the weakness of Inkling. His character definitely has a bit of Sheik-itis. Like, yeah, the character has solid smash attacks and has a couple killing moves, but they're very specific. Like, up air out of shield is not particularly quick. It's quick enough to punish every now and then. Forward smash is definitely a hard read, and down smash is a 2-frame option at best. So you're really relying on like back air like 170, back throw at 170, even on a stage like this. Palu should be living to healthy percents. That explosive flame, again, Seagull Joe gets away with that last hitbox of explosive flame far too frequently for it to be a mistake. I swear to God, it's a visual, like, the visual radius of explosive flame doesn't seem to expand, it actually seems to contract at that point, and it tricks every single player. Now we're starting to see that Joe, I think, purposefully turned his back to Yao in that spot when he saw the roller turn to him so that he could get the neutral air out of shield. I think Joe has the counterplay. In Winner's side, he was getting eaten alive by rollers calling out his short hop habits, and now I just don't think he's really had stocks getting lost to that. And look at that string right there. Seagull Joe claiming the stock, the game, and the set with a quick 3-0. Adaptation, definitely the name of the game right there. And Seagull Joe showing that he is top. Used to be a top player for a reason. Now still a top player in the region. But people forget this man is a thinker. He actually, like, he was 100% taking names at the start of the game. So checking out chat here. Thank you all so much for sticking with us. If you all didn't know, we have a couple of special events coming up. I think 2 weeks from now, we are going to have the